We have to be able to honor and respect the feminine energy, the feminine principle, as well as honor and respecting the masculine principle. But it can't be from a fictitious place. It's got to be the real. We can't be an idea of what we think the feminine energy is or the masculine energy is. We have to have, I was just talking about this on Divine's panel, and that is like when you're in a community with people, we make judgments. We constantly make judgments because our minds have been geared to make the judgment call because of fear. And so if I come to this moment where I'm interacting with this person that's trying to be in the same group, okay, but because of bad experiences in the past, it brings me to a point to where I have to make a judgment call on this person. Because if I don't look at this person and then try to figure it out and all this shit based upon fear, you know what I'm saying? I might lose out again. I might come out and be in a bad predicament. So therefore, I have to make a judgment call. And my mind is it's not set up for me to make a judgment call. Because then I'm saying that, okay, this new person that's interacting in the community, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm making a judgment call on this person. I'm not getting enough information about this person before I make a judgment. I'm just making a short judgment because of fear. And fear is very important for us not to have it a part of the community in our thinking. And then also when you do come a part of the community, you have to learn how to deal with fear when that fear arises within you. Because if you don't deal with the fear is going to take root and it's going to grow. It's going to find a deep place in your heart, in your mental. And so every time it's time for you to move forward and do something, you got to make these little short judgment calls that you don't have enough information to make these judgment calls. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
No, I mean on the understanding. Yeah, so this
Mhm.
and this is why it's important that, that the people, the structured people, you know what I'm saying, has to have a structure that's based upon universal law and natural law because it's unshaking, it's unwavering. If we come up with some type of philosophical opinion or belief to imply on other people, it's always going to be a question at each stage when people are growing, because there is no concrete foundation for it other than the foundation of your mind. And your mind is not always in a foundation to where it's producing, solid stuff because of what you feed your mind. But when we look at universal law and we look at natural law, you know what I'm saying, we become more and more and more concrete in what we say, what we think, and what we do. And so by allowing universal law and natural law to form within inside of our minds, then guess what? It also forms our reality. And the reality that we conform to or that we grow to is freedom. It's liberty. Automatic. You don't have to fight for it. You don't have to go through this. We don't have to go to Desert Storm, or we don't have to go over to another country and fight to get what we want. It's being handed to us right there in front of us because we have that understanding that we're right where we need to be with nature. And so pretty soon the animals are going to start seeing us who we are in our naturalness. And they're going to recognize us and they're going to talk to us. And then we're going to hear what they're saying, not so much in verbiage, but in their behavior, the way they interact with us, the way that we respond. And this is very important, that because a lot of groups and a lot of societies, you know what I'm saying, has took a crack at it. We got some that ended up in jail, some ended up in the grave, some ended up in a messed up place in their mental. Some people are still mixed up in some groups that are like turned upside down and spread it apart. And in order to keep, that from happening, where we at, what we doing, we got to understand that, constantly putting the ego in check. What ego do you have? What ego are you operating off of right now? And if you're operating off this ego, is this ego suitable to where you're living with people in a community? And so, it's a lot that has to go on, a lot of self-checking. And we have to be ready to be able to have the wisdom, the temperance, the temperament, the temperance, of interacting with others and talking with others and helping them understand that, we're here and fighting through some of the dangers and poisons and toxins that's in their mind, so you can get it out so they can see the vision. The vision is universal law, natural law, the natural balance of things. We don't have to fight against it. We have what we have assigned as humans. We have assigned to the phenomenon principle certain things, even to the appearance of a woman, that we have assigned this all to the phenomenon principle. And then we've also done the same thing with the masculine principle. So if there's ever a challenge in that, we'll find out that, hey, wait a minute now, the law of gender doesn't support our perspective on what we're doing. Because when you birth something, when you birth a mental concept out of the society of patriotism, you're not going to get the wholeness. So if phenomenality bursts out of the patriotic system, you're not going to get the whole feminist perspective. And it's the vice versa with the matriarchic. And so this is why it has to be challenged, because even the matriarchic system and the patriotic system was a misconfusion of the law of gender.
Well, how when I thought the matriarchic system was on universal laws, like people are making it like women ran everything, but they said that it
But
was on.
it fell away. If both of them fell away, the patriotic and the matriarchic, they fell away. And the reason why they fell away is because the focus was on the women, and the focus was on the men. And so when the focus was on an imbalance, so if I'm in a patriotic society, and the focus is on the men, bringing forth the natural law and universal law, that's an imbalance right there. Excuse me. That's an imbalance right there. So then,
So
therefore,
maybe
everything.
Like masculine energy and feminine energy. Like patriotic focus on masculine energy produces a lot of masculine women that don't really is in tune with the feminine, and maybe the matriarchic system produced a lot of feminine type qualities.
So
and I would just have to research what's masculine and what's feminine, because masculine isn't all just violence, I don't think. Like,
exactly. Oh man, you've missed some of the panels that I've been on where I've actually broken all the way down to the law of gender. The law of gender, saying that it says that in everything there's a feminine principle and a masculine principle. And when I break it down, we find out that the ego for the feminine principle is not the woman. It's I am. 2 words, I am. And then when you look at when you look at the ego for the masculine principle, it's not the man. It's I do. That's the law. That's the feminine principle, and the masculine principle is I am and I do. See, somehow or another that we've gotten it. We've as men as people on this planet, we've gotten it all mixed up into thinking and allowing ourselves to be programmed to thinking that the law of gender has something to do with sex and what you have assigned to that sex. And then even our physical and our mental and our spiritual begin to mend according to that. But then
Well,
once you
like, do you think through our bodies, the way that women have the menstruals and stuff like that, or even able to have babies and have to be pregnant and stuff? I'm not saying that's something that where they just the body changes that a woman goes through during those times naturally, and then the men's like a lot of men's physique and stuff like naturally when you look at the man and the woman's body before with what we've been taught, do you feel it gives an idea of the what's a best way to utilize the body?
so I think that now it's going to be hard for me to answer that because I've seen African women full-blooded 8 months pregnant, working, moving around.
Yeah.
From whereas in some of in places in this country, in this society, she's sitting down the majority of her time. She's not. We don't want her to move. We want her to relax and chill. We barely want her to even have a little exercise program while she's pregnant. But then when you look at another culture, you say, well, damn, she's 8 months pregnant. Look at how she's moving. She's moving, exercising, ain't got no problem with nothing. So then that's a challenge to what your perspective, what you thought it was, because you saw something other than what you phantomed, what you saw, what your vision was, what your perspective was. And so we understand that what we tried to place on each other or the other one or this is not really realistic to the nature of it. Because the nature, even in the wildlife, the pregnant species still walks and moves and all that stuff. But we have this, we putting all this stuff in what we think we projecting on what, that if she's pregnant, she can't be this. And that's based upon, really, if you ask me, it's based upon the dysfunction of our society. So there's men, there's people, huh?
So we can do things when we're pregnant, but it changes in the body. Like there's a lot of things that happen, in the body.
It's a lot of change, but I'm not going to be the one. I'm not going to be the one to say she could do this or she could do that, or she shouldn't do this or she shouldn't do that. I'm not going to be the one to do that. I'm going to. I'm the one actually offering a broader perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? That look, hey, she could
Happy
do.
Saturday. How you doing?
Especially if yeah, how you doing, man? Especially
right.
Especially if she's tapped into her divinity, her divine nature, and he's tapped into his. It's going to be a higher perspective of things. And I'm not saying that, hey, we gotta enforce this, that all pregnant women go out and do this and do that. I ain't on that. No, I'm cool, because some people's bodies and some people's minds are structured different. You know what I'm saying? And they need that time and space for them to make that adjustment and development with themselves. It's just that if a person chooses to go to another perspective, another level with themselves, it's going to be there for them. And it's a big universe. This is a big ass universe. And anything that you perceive that you, with your mind, that you want to achieve, guess what? The universe is waiting to give it to you.
Okay, I understand.
But that's just something that to think about to allow a person's mind to stretch a little bit, because I doubt it. I really seriously doubt it if we had a full-fledged community where we had maybe 300, 400 people, or maybe even more. I doubt it if they would be willing to deviate from what their traditional perspective of a pregnant woman is and what she should do and what she shouldn't do, what she's capable of.
She's definitely capable. It's just like, what's the most, conducive way? Like, she's capable to go and get her own food while she's pregnant and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, so it's like, and it's like what you train. It's also what you train yourself to do. If you've been trained to do it this way, and then all of a sudden you try to change to do it, the law of polarity says that you could actually cause some damage or some uncomfortableness or whatever. So it has to be time. People need time to make the shift. You know what I mean? For whatever they're trying to get involved in, whatever they're trying to do. And if people shift from their society that they're living in now to go and live in your honor thyself community, they're going to need time to even shift for that. Take it slow. Everybody enjoy themselves. Have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And the moments in time when the universe brings you your lessons.
Yo, where my bad Asian bitches?
Come on, man. Come on, yo. Come on now. What you gonna do?
No, I'm just trying to find out where the Asian bitch is at.
No. You're on the wrong panel, brother.
Oh, this is the melanin panel. My bad.
This ain't a melanin panel. You're on the wrong panel.
Oh.
Your conversation is saying that you're on the wrong panel.
Well, you don't like Asian women? You wouldn't fucking Asian chicks?
Listen, bro. You're already off topic. You're coming on the panel and you're disrupting the vibe.
I apologize. I'm gonna go ahead and leave.
I don't want that. Oh, I want to try it. Quick.
You want to try them? You like avocado?
Yes. I love it.
Just bite some stuff.
But I'm in the mood for
Or we can try it.
it. I need to get heated up.
It's not heated. It's cold.
Come on video.
This is nice.
He says he's on video.
Well, you're gonna have to wait a
Well,
second.
can you do a video?
No, right now I'm not doing that. I'm about to eat this avocado pasta. Yeah,
I
one
wanna
of them.
see your guys. I wanna see your face, guys.
He don't never, or he do something. He likes some of the. He need to do a cleanse out them parasites. Yeah. I'm about about to just relax.
Yeah, I understand.
All right. I'm grateful for you guys.
Grateful for you too.
Yes, I'm about to. You know what would have been good with this is some bread. But I've been trying not to eat bread that much. Or some
See you out in your safe haven out there on the porch.
yes.
That
So I
looks
don't know if you
good.
tried avocado spaghetti. It's something different, but it's when you want to get a lot of avocados in you. Yeah, I heard it's supposed to help you gain some weight, so that would be cool. I just weighed myself today. I'm 125. So like,
That's not bad.
no, it's not. It's not.
Oh my goodness. I really would like to be in a place right now where I have nothing. Um, I don't have anything around me that's not good for my growth, if you understand.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. It's coming.
Yep. Oh yeah. To be like, you know, I don't want the 4011 bananas. I want the bananas from Thailand. They're more original.
Yeah. I mean, we got like the small bananas. I guess that's supposed to be good for you. You can also order some, I think, from somewhere.
I know that we got some here in Columbus, Ohio. We got bananas from Thailand and fruits and vegetables from all over the place. But you know, um, to maintain some type of continuity in purchasing these things, you have to have a nice little income in.
Yeah.
You have a nice little income.
Yep. I'm going to the right spot. See Rasta. Rasta can go outside and get some stuff from the trees.
It's been a long time since I've been able to pick fruit off of a tree. I remember when I was little, we had a peach tree in our backyard, and we had an apple tree, and we had blackberry trees, and we were
That's
able
what's
to pick.
up.
Huh?
In Ohio,
Yes.
that's what's up. Like, I be hearing a lot of people say they have, like, fruit tree in their yard and stuff, but I don't know. I wonder where they at. Are they still there? Do you know if it, at the house, is it still there?
No. The people that's got the house now, they tore down. We had two peach trees, and they tore them down. It's just like
Mm.
destructive, and just like destructive. And if I ever get that house back, the house that we grew up in, I definitely would make sure that there be 2 peach trees planted in the backyard.
Yeah. I found a tree by our old house. It was a house that was like nobody lived in, but they had like a orange. I don't know. I forget which kind of. I forget. It was a little different though, so I don't remember exactly what kind. It might have been orange or apple or something, but they were tearing it down too. So I wonder why they do that.
Yeah,
That's
they
just
want
dumb.
to because they want to tear down all the original stuff that you can possibly get a hold of the original stuff. Because what they're about to give you is some GMO stuff, and it's hard to tell if it's GMO or not GMO. Because the only thing you got to tell if it's GMO or not is a sticker. If it's got a 4-point letter, a 4-point number, or a 5-point number. And if it's, you don't know, especially if it has seeds in it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they ain't put shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I can go right out back and get me an orange off the tree, because guess what? I know it's real for a fact.
Right.
Versus going to the store and getting a banana or orange or peach out of the store, you got to take for granted that that's where it came from. I mean, that it came from a tree. You don't know if somebody generated that in the Chinese are really, really good for genetically modifying stuff. Especially they got some new noodles. They got some noodles out now that ain't got nothing to do with no flour and no eggs. Some other shit going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I remember I had a watermelon one time that I was like, it just tastes like the water was like faucet water.
A watermelon?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sure it was one that didn't have the seeds in it too, though. But it was just weird. Like the water didn't taste like clean water. It was like they put it in there, not like
Mm-hmm.
it was oil. It was like weird.
That's just like I stopped buying the watermelon like out of season. You know how Kroger's chops, I guess, cuts the watermelon up and
Yeah.
put it in the plastic. I stopped doing that because the watermelon kept being too crunchy. It had like maybe some seeds, but it's like it was just too crunchy to be watermelon, straight up watermelon.
Wow. That was crazy.
Yep.
Ridiculous. I know
Exactly. Really
stuff to
ridiculous. Huh?
I know they're trying to do stuff to the tropical environments too, but it's the best place.
Yeah. Everybody's been getting a warning. It's been coming from some fucked up sources too, but at the same time, it's been coming from some good sources. But nevertheless, the warning's been coming. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Get your business together. Get square your affairs together and just like bounce. Get the fuck up on out because energies that are out there are not willing to have you free. They're not willing to have you set free from whatever, from anything. None. They're not willing to have you free. And it's not in their philosophy to have somebody come along to set you free. They'll kill you before they let anybody set you free. And so we've always been exposed to people that's always trying to set you free, always trying to, help you and make a change and stuff like that. But I don't think a lot of people have really, really encountered um, the other energy that don't want you to be free, that has opposition out there for you to be free, that has traps out there set. That if anybody that's in those traps, I mean anybody that wants to be set free is a trap set. And so a lot of people haven't even ran across that yet. They don't even understand that a lot of religions do not want you to be free.
Mm.
They don't want you to be free, because that means that they don't get to use your energy. They don't get to use your mind no more. They don't get to use they just don't get to use you no more to do what they want, to get done what they want. Because you got to think of a lot of these religions are now, okay? A lot of these religions that's out now, all right? The only way that they were like here now, still here, is because they used the minds and energy of those that did not have possession and control of their own.
Mm.
And then you look at some of these religions that survived through slavery. That should tell you something about them religions. How are you going to be a religion and you're going to be some act of God, but you never done nothing to stop and stop a atrocity,
Mm-hmm.
So that's just like when even Kroger survived through slavery. It was a part of that. So was White Castle. So was Shell gas station. You know what I mean? But people are not really looking at, you know what I'm saying? They're not really looking at what's in front of them, what history doesn't say to you, what people are hiding.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and this is why at some point you got to be ready. This is like you got to be ready to turn away